everyone, how are you today? First of all, thank you so much guys for clicking this video. And before going any further, as usual, let me introduce myself first. My name is Mika. I'm the 5th semester student at English Education, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education at University of Capcut, Sintang. And today, I'm making this video because I would like to fulfill my final test from Mixio A31 SPD MPD in Basic Poetic Study. And today it's a special day because I also want to discuss my favorite poetry with you guys. And let's go to the video.
You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts, and when you can no longer dwell in the solitude of your heart, you live in your lips. And sound is a diversion and a pastime, and in much of your talking, thinking is half murdered. For thought is a bird of space, that in a cage of words may indeed unfold its wings but cannot fly. There are those among you who seek the talkative through fear of being alone. The silence of aloneness reveals to their eyes their naked selves, and they would escape. And there are those who talk, and without knowledge or forethought, reveal a truth which they themselves do not understand. And there are those who have the truth within them, but they tell it not in words. In the bosom of such as these, the spirit dwells in rhythmic silence. When you meet your friend on the roadside or in the marketplace, let the spirit in you move your lips and direct your tongue. Let the voice within your voice speak to the ear of his ear. For his soul will keep the truth of your heart as the taste of the wine is remembered, when the color is forgotten and the vessel is no more. By Khalil Gibran.
Okay guys, I already shared to you the clip about my favorite poetry. So basically, this poetry is titled On Talking by Khalil Gibran. And yeah, because today we are gonna talking about it, so basically I'm gonna talking about 3 points. The first one is the background information, and then the analysis, and then the personal reflection. So the first thing first about the background information. The first one, we're gonna talking about Khalil Gibran. So Khalil Gibran is known for his profound and philosophical poetry that often explores themes of love, self-reflection, and the human condition or communication. So basically, this is the topics that Khalil Gibran always talk in his poetry. And yeah, for me, it's really interesting because I really like the kind of topic that talking about maybe love, self-reflection, or self-love or something like that. And also talking about the communication, because as a human beings, I really love to communicate with other people. So yeah, if someone talking about this one, basically in poetry, it's really deep for me and also really meaningful for me. And yeah, to be honest, I want to thanks to Khalil Gibran because yeah, he makes a lot of poetry in the past time that's talking about life, talking about self-reflection, talking about love. You guys can search in Google or in the internet. There's a lot of poetry that made by Khalil Gibran. Okay, now we're gonna move to the point number 2 or the second one. So here is analysis. So the first one is the study on Gibran's collection poem called The Prophet analyzes that the moral messages contained in the prophet conveys wisdom and advice on the philosophy of life. So Khalil Gibran had a book collection entitled The Prophet. So in here, there's a lot of poems that Khalil Gibran had in one book. So one of them is on talking. So here we can conclude that Khalil Gibran always try to make a good advice to others by his poem or his poetry, by using his poetry or poem. So yeah, it's really interesting because as a person, as a human being, I always try to find the best advice ever in my life because yeah, it's gonna help me to face my reality life. And yeah, as a person, I also want to recommend to you that if you want to some advice, the poem from Khalil Gibran is one of the best answer ever. So yeah, let's just try to try to read or hear his poem. And then also in this poem on talking begins by explaining why people talk and the effect talk has on the ability to think. So yeah, in here Khalil Gibran also pointed that if you talking, that it means you understand about what you want to convey. Even though sometimes for some people talking is like just to read out the loneliness, but yeah, in talking is the process when you silent, you're thinking, and then you're speaking or talking. So yeah, it's a process. This is the process, the long process, and it's not easy to someone to speak or to talking to other people. So here I also want to say that talking is a complicated thing to do in the communication as a human being. And also, his advice reflects a belief in the ability of human heart to understand truth and gain wisdom. So yeah, his advice is reflects a belief that yeah, we as a human, we can understand the truth and gain wisdom. Because we are human, we know the truth, we know the meaning of wisdom. So yeah, in here, Khalil Gibran also described that talking is everything, and yeah, we as a human, we want to understand about that kind of cycle every single time. So that is my analysis and also my background information of this poem on talking by Khalil Gibran. And now I'm going to talking about my personal reflection. I'm a person that really love to talk, but sometimes what is out of my mouth is just a sound, not a poem. Yeah, to be honest, like that. So in this poem, it's really reminds me that sometimes the sound that out of my mouth is just to rid my loneliness, honestly, because when I'm alone, I speak to myself, I speak to my phone, I just speak because I don't want to be alone. This is my point. So yeah, as a personal reflection, this poem is really reminds me that talking is really important, and understanding the point of what I'm talking about is also really important for me. That is my final explanation about the poem on talking by Khalil Gibran. It's a really masterpiece for me and really meaningful. work for me from Khalil Gibran. And once again, guys, I want to say that I'm sorry I cannot explain too much point about that poem, but hopefully this poem can also help you to understand about yourself, basically. Yes. And yeah, that is my point. And yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you so much for clicking this video, and yeah, see you again on the next video. Bye bye.